Gee, I better refresh my mind about fair use if I'm going to do this video about fair use. Alright, Cody, I'll put you back in my videos. I'm sorry for punching you in that Megan Murphy video. Can you please put the gun down? Do you like my new haircut? It's real leather. Hey everyone, Irishman Rants here, and today we have news concerning a member of the skeptic community. That's right, we're going to be talking about Sargon of Akkad having a lawsuit brought against him by Aquila Hughes, also known as Aquila Seriously. Now, I've stated in the past that I'm not the biggest fan of Sargon. I think that has to do with the fact that he's a transphobic, pandering, intellectually bankrupt, wingnut asshole. Classical liberal my ass. You know, whenever I hear the term classical liberal, I think of Dixiecrats, right? You know, the Democrats that left for the Republican Party because they didn't want the blacks to have rights. That's what I think of when I hear the term classical liberal. Oh, you know, mate, I'm not one of those modern liberals that get triggered by everything. You know, I'm actually more of a classical liberal. That's right. I don't like those Negroes. All your knees love, mate. And for you to say that you only criticize the left because you are a leftist and feel like it's your job to criticize your party, but feel like the right is doing just fine, really shows your true colors, and that you're not a fucking leftist, because if you were, you would know that both sides are in complete deep shit right now. Just fuck you, Sargon. Just fuck off. Go fuck yourself, Sargon. I hate that you're one of the biggest skeptic YouTubers out there, because you give all of us a bad name. Even worse than people like Mr. Medicare. Or even, okay, maybe No Bullshit gives us a worse name, but you're pretty bad. Like, when I go off to college in a couple days, I'm not gonna say that, oh, I'm a skeptic YouTuber. I'm gonna say I'm a rant channel. Because if I say the term skeptic YouTuber, I'm gonna be criticized as a centrist Nazi, mostly because of people like you who act like centrist Nazis and are friends with alt-right people. And you know, if you're friends with alt-right, that's fine, but you should realize that the alt-right is basically the new Nazi party, and that you're basically buddying up with Nazis like Baked Alaska. And also your transphobia, believing that it's a mental illness or that they all have dysphoria. Just go fuck yourself, Sargon. I hate you. I genuinely dislike you. But I will defend your right to speak. You see, despite Sargon being a scrub, and a scrub is a guy who can't get no love from me, I defend his right to speak his mind. People like Steve Shives would jump at the chance to take down his YouTube channel. And that's something he's actually said. Over the summer, I've actually been very supportive of Sargon and his right to speak his mind, no matter how much I disagree with what he says. During that whole Sargon versus Anita thing at VidCon, I actually sided with Sargon at first. Now I just see it as a big shit show. I sided with Sargon first because it seemed like Anita was just being very unprofessional, and it just seemed wrong of her to just be calling out someone in the middle of her panel on anti-harassment and just start harassing them. Granted, now I know that Sargon probably shouldn't have sat in the first fucking row if he didn't want to get insulted by Nia Sarkeesian. But on a more supportive note, I actually think that he deserves the right to speak at Mythicist Milwaukee, which is a sort of skeptic, atheist convention in Milwaukee. Of course it would be Milwaukee. Where would it be? Honolulu? He's speaking there this month with Shuan Head and Armored Skeptic. And while Sargon has this history of being very, very skeptical, he's a 9/11 truther, and he believes that Hitler is alive and well in South America. Just being skeptical, guys. I don't actually think that. You know, I just want to put it out there that I don't think that Hitler's actually alive. I think he's probably dead. But I just want to say that. I'll take a ride in my yellow submarine, mate. But when people were trying to shut him down and get him banned from the convention, I very much thought that he deserved the chance to speak. I mean, why wanted to deplatform him, especially considering that he's being debated at the convention, which means that he's going to be under scrutiny from another person. So that would be a wet dream for people like Steve Shives and Christy Winters. However, this new case against him, I'm gonna have to go against him. Because Sargon doesn't know jack shit about fair use. Now, I should explain why I should know more about fair use than a guy who has thousands upon thousands more subscribers than I do. I used to be a YouTube pooper. I know you can probably tell that I have a bit of a background in YouTube poop by the ads I have on this video. Great! In 2012, just a few months before I would graduate from middle school, I created the YouTube account Spaghetti Bicycle. And then for the next 3 years, I would be uploading YouTube poops, as well as miscellaneous content. My YouTube poops would be constantly evolving in style, from being simple spadinner stuff, to ending up being stuff that was just so various. They had ear rape galore, sentence mixing, visual gags, a bunch of stutters, sus, and all that good shit. I'm semi-retired from the channel right now. I might post a video sometime in the future, but who knows. If the creativity strikes, maybe. Now, I've had my share of copyright troubles. In my opinion, you're not a real YouTube pooper unless you've had at least one copyright notice. Not talking about copyright strike, I'm just talking about somebody claiming some content. Is that a fucking bug in my face? Anyway, my first copyright strike was on a more miscellaneous video called Top 10 Super Bowl Commercials of 2000. And this is one I actually kind of agree with. It was basically just me taking 10 commercials from the 2000 Super Bowl and putting it in a top 10. A poorly made top 10, but a top 10 nonetheless. And I got a copyright strike on my account like 5 days before I would actually go get spinal surgery. So that was some nice stress upon stress. And while I was using it in a manner of critique, I would say, it was basically just showing the full commercials and having a watermark for the website I download them on. It had that watermark in there, so it was easy to see where I stole the videos from. So I actually agreed with that copyright strike. Then I received another copyright strike for a video that was in actual YouTube poop, and it was called SpongeBob Learns Internet Language, which was a SpongeBob YouTube poop. This is one I do not agree with, because it is a transformative video. It's a video that takes an episode of SpongeBob and remixes it in a comedic and confusing fashion. It's a YouTube poop. And then again, it is Viacom, and they have the biggest problem with YouTube poop and using SpongeBob without their permission, which I understand, but still it's a transformative work. So I know what it's like to get a deserved copyright strike and an undeserved copyright strike. But that's not the only channel I'm going to be talking about. I have another YouTube channel called Professor Tom Nook, in which I used to make videos reviewing episodes of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic.
Stop it, please, I beg you! It's a sin! It's a sin! It's a sin!
I only reviewed 8 episodes. I got bored with it after a while, seeing as how I was starting to get out of the brony fandom. But let me just say, if you want to know how bad the copyright was on those videos, go search Sugar Cube Critic on YouTube. Chances are you'll only see 2 videos, if that, because 6 of the 8 reviews that I did have been blocked worldwide by Hasbro.com, which might be because maybe I used a clip too long, which sometimes makes it not fair use if you don't divide up the clips or whatnot. But 6 out of 8 reviews have been blocked worldwide. Despite the fact that these reviews were criticizing the original episodes, despite the fact that they were all fair use and within the boundaries of transformative media, and they were all using episodes of Friendship is Magic to critique them and to criticize them, they still got blocked worldwide, which is pretty unfair because, I mean, come on. We know that the earlier episodes of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic sucked. Don't try to hide it. So, again, undeserved copyright strikes. Now, with all of this in mind, I can tell you for certain, Sargon's not only going to lose his case, but he knows jack shit about fair use. I'm pretty sure Sargon just watched a documentary on fair use, but only like the first 5 minutes. You know, since that's Sargon's law, can we get Christiosity to create Sargon's law now? From what I can gather, all Sargon did with Akilah Hughes' videos is try to edit them, basically making a compilation of this one video from when she was at the party for Hillary Clinton during election night, and then had clips from other videos at some point. And I think the idea was that it's supposed to contradict one another. Again, the video's been taken down, so I don't know what the hell's in it. But from what I can gather, it was not within the boundaries of fair use. And it's not going to be held in England, which is where Sargon lives. Yeah, we all know about America from this Liverpool jackass. Is he even from Liverpool? I just love doing the Liverpool accent. No, this is actually going to be an American case. So we're going to have to go with the American copyright laws. If you ever hear a person say fair use laws, they're an idiot. Fair use isn't a law, it's actually a doctrine. It's just a legal defense. Fair use is what you can use in court to say that your remix or your use of copyright materials was transformative, like using it for an educational purpose, or for critique, or for a remix. It all depends on whether or not you transform the media to give it new context or new meaning. But of course you have to be very specific with that. Even if Sargon's video was just clips contradicting one another, I would have suggested that maybe he used like timestamps for the clips, you know, to make it like more obvious how much everything is contradicting. Again, this is just me guessing what the video is about. He actually could have done this. Sargon, if you're gonna make an hour-long video on this response video, please feel free to correct me. Alright? It should possibly fall under transformative media if it is editing clips to contradict one another, giving it a new meaning. And I have an idea that maybe this is his defense, but at the same time it's probably not fair use. What you're basically making is a compilation video, and those videos do not fall under fair use because most of the time they don't ask for permission. And now you got a couple of your fans, your Kekistani bros, in trouble because of that. As it says in the court papers that there's multiple defendants. Fucking normies. So I just don't feel like saying fair use is going to really be a good legal defense here. Akilah Hughes is more than likely going to win, because Sargon of Akkad only used clips from the video. He didn't put any commentary on it. He didn't make the new context clear enough. He's more than likely going to lose. Hopefully this doesn't mean too much of an impact. Hopefully it just is an isolated incident and it doesn't have any impact on using clips to contradict one another, which is something that people like iDubbbz do very well, because that can be used as really great evidence when taking down someone. And I think that was probably what Sargon was going for, but he probably just didn't make it clear enough. So he fucked himself over. Oops. Hopefully he also doesn't have to take down his channel, because I want people to become Nazis. And, you know, I wish him the best. You know, maybe he does win it, but it's 99% chance likely that he won't. Okay, more like 95. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. He might be able to make a case that's transformative media. He just edited clips to contradict one another, but he didn't make it exactly clear what it was, and just made it seem like he was just taking long clips of Akilah Hughes videos and just putting them as a compilation. So it's not really fair use. But yeah, sorry Sargon, I'm not going to be defending your ass this time. I usually defend your transphobic, bigoted, pandering ass most of the time, but here, in this fair use case, I'm just going to call you a fucking asshole. Gee, that was fun taking down one of the people in the skeptic YouTube community. I wonder who else I should take down. Well, time to film my Mr. Medicare video.